Clasico. No, not at all. No, it wasn't alone. Welcome to MPL Presents Cricbuzz Live. I'm Gaurav Kapur. With me, Mr. Bhattacharjya, Mr. Shaun, Pollock. Is it damp in Chennai usually? Is it damp?
Particularly when there's dew, yes, it can be damp.
Because that's what the match was.
Yeah, it was never in doubt. Come on.
Come on,
guys.
Who am I asking?
There's only one team to have beat them there, and they've done it again.
They've done it again. Oh, they're getting boring and predictable. Am I in Chennai? Well, that's a resounding victory, Joy. It really is.
Absolutely, absolutely. And the way they did it, it was clinical. They didn't even have to. I mean, they did everything right. They didn't miss a single trick while bowling. I think it was. I mean, and it's a big defeat. It's not a 10-run, 20-run, 30-run. It's a 55, 60 odd.
Defeat. It's a 46-run. That's a convincing. That's a convincing defeat. I mean, that's a big margin. That's a big margin in a T20 game.
Yeah, it is. Malinga finishes with 4 wickets in the match. But it was actually interesting to watch that last over when you saw Rohit Sharma get quite upset at the fact that Santner hit him for 6.
Yeah.
And you've got to start thinking, is his mind going down to the fact that there's a good chance they finish maybe with 14, 16, 18 points? Maybe they end up level with someone else. And he wants the net run rate to improve. So he might have already been thinking along those lines. Because the game was done and dusted. No real need for him to go, what are you doing?
Yeah, but Malinga did give him a bit of a half track. It did give Santner a bit of a gift.
Low ball.
It was a gift. It really was. And Santner took it with both hands, really, and pounded it for 6. But really, I mean, besides the odd fireworks here and there, the Chennai batting. And today, Joy, without MS Dhoni, I think that batting order has been exposed solid twice now.
Yeah, the batting order has been exposed. Also, the lack of thought.
Yeah.
Lack of something. Even when Dhoni bats, it's a big thing. Look at, if you see the fall of wickets out there, 34 for 3. Jadhav, the kind of shot he played to get out, he's a good player against spin, trying to cut so close to this thing. Dhruv Shorey getting out. This is not, other than Murli Vijay, which is a fairly debatable decision, that catch, it looked really, really close to me. There was enough doubt. The rest of it looked very average batting. It's not as if the bowlers went and took a lot of wickets. I think they gave them away.
Yeah.
And the most important thing is that they didn't sort of plan their chase.
They played soft.
Yeah, and it's not a planned chase. Okay, this is what I've got to achieve now. This is what I do now. It looked, very headless. And maybe headless is the word we're looking for.
Yeah, headless. And that debatable catch that we're talking about, that was the Murli Vijay catch. Did you think it was out?
No, I didn't. And I believe that if you have more than 2 replays and the umpire is not sure, it shouldn't be out, no matter what the soft signal is.
Did you think it was out?
Yeah, whenever there's a soft signal involved, you've got to have some conclusive evidence. I think if you had gone the other way and said soft signal not out, after 2 replays, they would have said not out.
Yeah. So, but you thought not out, I thought not out, not debatable. No debate, no argument here. But yeah, you've got such a valid point about the soft signal. I don't know. I've been trying to wrap my head around it for a while, and there just seems to be a lot of holes in that process.
Yeah, I just think that the umpires, when they get together and they want to send it out upstairs, how can they have a actual clear understanding about what they think the decision is?
Yeah.
I think they're as clouded as they could possibly be. Otherwise, they wouldn't be going together to discuss it. So, yeah, they obviously aren't convinced, but I suppose they have to swing it so that if it's a 50-50 vote, that they can swing it one way.
Exactly. I mean, my point is always in this format, and whatever you like to say, if there is reasonable doubt, if there's reasonable doubt, it has to go to the batsman.
Yeah.
Because the batsman does not have another chance, the bowler does. I mean, so the soft hard thing, I just think it might make easier for, things like LBW decisions or not. In cases like this, I wouldn't be using soft and hard signals.
Yeah, it just seemed a little weird. But what was good though, the guy who was hard, both hard, was Krunal Pandya. He's not been able to light up the tournament with the bat, but today with the ball, exactly as Shaun Pollock was saying, he came and he really bowled the way you think. He exploited the conditions. That's why he's our MPL hero of the match. He bowled 3 overs for 7 runs, picked up 2 wickets. Yeah, and so he bowls 18 balls and he bowls 12 of those as dots and gets wickets and gets 2 wickets on the other ball. So
yeah, Mahendra Singh Dhoni had a fever, and you can understand him missing.
Yeah.
But AJ Jadeja, I don't care. If I had a fever and I was
Ravi Jadeja. Ajay Jadeja is going to be here tomorrow.
yeah, sorry. Ravi Jadeja, if I had a fever and I was a left-arm spinner, you wouldn't be able to get me off that park because that surface is ideal. And you just, Krunal Pandya must have been licking his lips when he started to see what Santner was doing. He was like, Skip, I'm ready whenever you've got that ball for me. I'm ready to go and give it my best. And he showed, he comes on and it's a real handful. And the funny thing is, when you've got a surface that turns, like you saw Santner turn it, sometimes the most effective delivery is the one that doesn't turn. The little undercutter that lands on the shiny side. Because Radu was the keeper today, so he's standing there going, woof, woof, and then, woof, straight through his defences, it didn't turn. So, it's a handful. It's a minefield for the left-arm spinners, and they create a lot of problems. That's why I'm saying Jadeja. He should have, fever or no fever, I'm happy to bowl. When it's an away game, I might have a fever.
Fair enough. Pop 3 pills and get on the park. Let's see what the bowlers do. Let's see the bowling figures for the rest of the bowling lineup as well. Krunal Pandya, definitely the pick of the bowlers there today. You saw 2 overs from Anukul Roy. What did you make of that?
Look, the kid's made his debut after 24, 25 chances. Been there with Mumbai, has been hanging around. I think he did okay. The good thing was that when the batsman went down to hit him, he could, alter his length and make sure that they couldn't get to the pitch of it. But if you compare him with Krunal Pandya at this point in time looks much more the finished article than him.
And I think he's sitting there going, please, let's make the playoff in Chennai. Then I might get my second game of the tournament.
Yeah, and they're looking at that. I mean, they're obviously, everybody wants to qualify 1 and 2. But Mumbai Indians, after their record in Chennai, the only team who seems to come to Chennai and then win against CSK, they're licking their lips at that, saying, first playoff, 1 and 2, Chennai. Come on, let us in.
Well, I think the good thing about it is that you don't fear it. I think there's some teams in the RPL that fear those conditions and maybe think, their batters aren't suited to batting on those conditions. They don't really have the spin bowling attack that's going to be as effective. So they're a bit worrisome about going and playing the matches there. Mumbai, I don't think they've got any worries. I think they believe they've got a good balanced unit. We discussed it, that their bowling attack before they went out to bowl to defend that score is one that can deal with all the conditions. And batting-wise, they've got depth. They've got guys who aren't scared about those surface. So, I don't think they'd be worried at all. And I think they'd quite look forward to an opportunity to play in that game.
Yeah, Mumbai been very successful in Chennai. Did KKR ever fear Chennai?
Yeah, KKR
Chennai the ground.
Chennai the ground, KKR was a huge bugbear. In fact, the year that KKR won was the first time they managed to beat them twice in that ground.
Yeah.
First in the final, burst before that. But look at this. This is a very, very convincing sheet. And if you see the kind of results they've done, again, 4 fairly out of those 4, 3 are very, very convincing victories. 8 wickets, 6 wickets, 46 runs. These are big wins. These are not just wins. These are convincing wins.
Yeah.
And see, that's interesting because he's right. I mean, the surface at the Wankhede couldn't be more different from the surface out the Chepauk.
Yeah.
So they somehow adapt themselves to these conditions, and it's a mystery why they do, because they do very well. One is their bowling attack is very good. But it's not that their batting is particularly, they don't do a lot of batting on tracks like this.
Yeah. I
have a feeling that maybe if you look at that even closer, people like Rohit have come to the party, because Rohit is a kind of batsman who has a class to bat on any kind of surface. Yeah. And, the worse the surface is, the classier the batsman sort of emerges.
Yeah.
This kind of surface, you need guys like Rohit.
There was also a Champions League game that we won around that period as well. So it's another victory for Mumbai, 2011.
Yeah, and they're so right about the surfaces. I mean, the surfaces are like opposite end of the spectrum. They're almost like, East Coast and West Coast. And yeah, they are.
Yeah.
All right, let's have a look at who is on our leaderboard and how many points has the
Who's
winner
got a 400? Have we got a 400?
Have we got a 400? Have we got a 400? Have we got a 400? Let's go see our super team hero. Oh, 368, so close, Pankaj. Well, you got a Kohli in your name, man. You got Kohli in your name, you got to win.
Yeah.
You got to be top of the charts. 368. I don't think he's got tattoos. He hasn't got a beard, so Pankaj is halfway there.
But we can talk to him and figure out from the language whether
he's a Kohli or not. Hey, that's a slight against us Punjabis, is it? Against us. Notice I say Punjabis. Yeah, because we got international audience, so I say Punjabis. Yeah, Punjabis. All right, so well done. 368 points hopefully tomorrow. you shall do better. So hopefully tomorrow you can go to 400. But for those of you who didn't even get to 300, well, you've got some other games that you can play on MPL. You can play Pro Cricket. You can play Runouts. So try your luck and try your skill on that. All right. 2 teams that are going to be trying their skill out tomorrow. That's right. It's a Saturday with just the one game. So we get to wake up late. Yummy, yummy.
If you go to bed...
Sorry?
If you go to bed, Avengers is calling, no?
Avengers are calling me. Avengers. Well, tomorrow it's Rajasthan and Sunrisers Hyderabad that are playing tomorrow. And some of their superheroes have gone home, yeah? Some of their Thanos got to their team.
He's been busy everywhere.
Their superheroes are gone. If you see, for the Rajasthan Royals, probably more impacted because taking the flight back, Joss Butler, who left before, then Ben Stokes, Jofra Archer, and you're going, oops.
Yeah, it's a big blow for them. I think more so for them. Obviously they've lost 3 now in total. They were quite excited about getting over the line against Kolkata, but it's a bit of a body blow when you do that and you go, yeah, and then, okay, bye. Okay, what's left? Let's see if we can pick up the pieces and still compete. So it'll be more of a challenge for them. I think Sunrisers have had it all pretty much planned. They've almost had their action plan in place. Tom Moody's been talking about Guptill from about 3 weeks out.
Yeah.
So I think they can sort of patch up the replacements for people like Besta easier than Rajasthan.
Yeah, so let's just keep talking about Rajasthan Royals because I really want to talk about Riyan Prayag, 17 years old. Yeah, tomorrow's a night game, so you'll obviously have to get permission from his legal guardians to come and play because it'll be late. But how impressive was he in the previous game? And we'll get to that in a second. But first, Shaun, if we could get you in and Joy also of who the possible replacements will be.
Right now, Rahul Tripathi walks in because, Rahul Tripathi is the only other player out there who they've given a chance to, who's had an opportunity to play, and he's shown something out there. The other person I'd be very interested in seeing, and unfortunately I don't know whether he's completely out of form or not, is Manan Vora, who's a fairly big hitter of the ball. And
but again, these are all openers, right? Again, they're having the same problem, which is that
they don't have
when you bat Manan or... See, because their 1, 2, 3 is sorted, right? You've got Samson, Rahane and Smith, which means the earliest you can bat somebody is 4. Now, Manan Vora or Rahul Tripathi at 4, they're not playing to their strength.
So then they'll have to go back to, Tripathi playing that finisher kind of 6-7 role, which is not really what he's most suited for. Yeah. What would be interesting is the international players. So you go...
They've got slim pickings. They've got to play 2 of the 3 that are available. Ashton Turner, Ish Sodhi and Liam Livingston.
See, Turner is on a bit of a roll.
They should get him a roll. I see what you did there. See what you did there.
So I saw Ajit Agarkar on the internet, on social media today, giving him advice, very tongue-in-cheek advice, but
about ducks.
Yeah, about ducks. He got about 6 in a row in Australia, and Ashton Turner's got to 5, out of which the interesting one is 4 are golden ducks.
Yeah.
To get 4 golden ducks in a row can't be easy. So
can you sell golden ducks for more than regular ducks? Are they worth more?
I don't know. You have to ask your Avenger mates about that.
He's Iron Man, not Gold Man.
But shame. You do feel for him, and
but I'd like to see him back actually.
Yeah, I think the funny thing is if he gets over the line and gets 1 or 2 runs on the board, it can be like,
oh wow,
I've got over that hurdle. Let me play. I suppose there's not really many options for them otherwise.
Because Liam Livingston, opening batsman, Michael Vaughan told us that. He's an opening batsman, batting at 5 or 6. They're like, there's no point in doing that. Ish Sodhi, would you get him in? If you put back the Rajasthan Royals squad again, you see their spin options. Last time, remember, they played with a pace attack, right? And those bowlers did well. So are you then dropping any of those bowlers?
No, also
this game's happening in Jaipur, right?
No, exactly. Anyway, you've got Riyan Parag who's going to give you a couple of overs. You've got Krishnappa Gautam out there who can go in and who's done a decent job for them. So really,
they seem to have forgotten him though, by the way. Huh?
Yeah.
This season, after they started with him, he was good last season. They've seemed to have forgotten Krishnappa Gautam. Shreyas Gopal obviously playing ahead of him. But he seems to be out of contention.
And Gopal is having a good tournament. That's the problem. Gopal's having a good tournament. So I don't see Ish Sodhi playing. It has to be Ashton Turner definitely comes in.
I think they'll play with 3 foreigners tomorrow.
They could play with 3 foreigners tomorrow because Ashton...
Liam Livingston, if you say he's an opening batsman, I mean, he ends up coming in and batting at number 5 or 6.
Yeah.
Not much.
Totally out of your role. You don't really understand what's going on. And if you haven't played much, to come in on foreign surfaces and try and make an impact, I think they've got to go back to Turner and just think, well, all the damage has been done. It's only going to be on the rise from here.
Yeah, and again, just I'm sure they're just talking to him and saying, hit one ball, get one run. That's it. You're a good player. This happens. I mean, it happens, right? I mean, it happens to the best.
The year again, KKR, I have to go back to KKR.
Of course you do.
In years when we this thing. Gautam Gambhir started the 2014 season with 3 ducks in a row.
Yeah.
He went and then he did something very interesting. He changed his shirt number. I think he went from 23 to 5 and then everything else changed.
Wow.
No, it was 5 to 23 and then next, yeah. God knows. No, but
Strange things happen.
No, it's not strange things. Actually, what it is it's all in the mind.
Yeah.
That's why, just superstition. I've changed something. Exactly as he said. I've got 2 bats from the middle. I've just faced 2 balls, no golden ducks. Suddenly I say, wow, today is my day. Stranger things have happened.
Interesting. Sunrisers Hyderabad. Johnny Bairstow back home. Yes, took the flight. He's a goner. Bye-bye, Johnny. We miss you. But the Sunrisers Hyderabad, have got a replacement standing by. They've got Martin Guptill, one of the best in white ball.
I mean, that's what Tom Moody suggested about 2 weeks ago. But if you look at their side, Shakib Ul Hasan played the last game.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
So would it be that much of a problem? Just say, listen, Kane, you're not going to bat at 3. Let's push you up the order. You and David go and open the innings.
We've got Manish
Pandey is now in form.
Yeah. So Manish
So
Pandey.
he can play that role.
Vijay
And then
Shankar
go
at
and
4.
stay with Shakib Ul Hasan, because then
That's interesting.
But Shakib doesn't seem to be there. He seemed to have left already as well.
There's
his
Shakib
name's there on the far right.
No, he's there. Apparently he's there.
He's still there. See, I know the Afghans apparently have got permission to play the entire tournament. That means they have Nabi and Rashid for the rest of the tournament. That's really important for them. So that means one side is sorted. The bowling side is sorted. Rashid is a very important late order batsman and, wicket taker for them. So if Guptill comes in and if he's saying Kane Williamson can come in, slot in the opening and just shove...
Yeah, that would make more sense, wouldn't it? Because Warner can do what he's doing, right? Williamson Williamson's a good bat. It's not like Williamson
735 runs last year.
Yeah, exactly, and at a good strike rate, so he can whack the ball as well. We just don't associate that with him. Probably just branding, right? But he hits the ball.
The other interesting thing is that whatever, they lost the last match, but Manish Pandey is back in form.
Yeah.
Very important. Again, a player who's very much, it's out there in the mind. If Manish Pandey is feeling good about himself, you've seen him in Australia scoring a century in Australia, winning matches for India, not just for KKR or for SRH. He's winning matches for India. He has everything.
Yeah.
If Manish Pandey started coming to the party, then SRH is going to get a huge up.
They're having a problem with Yusuf Pathan, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
He's
sad to see.
He's flying under the radar
Yeah.
at this stage. Hasn't really made any massive contributions. So they would like something from him.
Yeah. I mean, they have young players. They have Abhishek Sharma, who's the under-19 player, and hard-hitting batsman. I guess it's a tough call, right? You've got somebody who's a proven performer, he's been a proven champion towards the end of his career cycle. You've got an under-19 player who you've traded in from Delhi. He can sort of tonk the ball. You're like, all right, he's part of our long-term plans. We're going to keep him. He'll get his time. It's a tough call to make, isn't it?
Yeah, but just one thing. This coaching staff, they're kind. They're very kind. They'll give you a chance, but they're not sentimental.
Okay.
If they didn't think that Yusuf Pathan could turn it on, they would just quietly think. Because remember one thing, this team the owners are not at all involved in the decision-making process of the cricket.
Yeah.
I mean, if the decision being made, it's Tom Modi, it's Muthaiya Muralidharan, and it's VVS Lakshman who's taking it.
Yeah.
So they obviously think that this is one potent guy who could go off at any time. There must be some reason they're gambling on Yusuf, because it's not. I don't think sentimentality comes into it.
But they also haven't had a chance, really, have they? I mean, at the top of the order, kept getting all the runs.
Yeah.
Sure.
That's the only thing that makes me think maybe they still will go with Guptill. Because it's been like the game plan is we almost win the game up front with our top 2. And that one's gone. We've got Kane as a number 1 to come in, and that's those 3 dictate terms. So maybe they won't want to tinker with that. Maybe they do say Guptill and then Shakib Ul Hasan goes out. But that's what we'll have to wait and see tomorrow. It's got to be between those 2. And Guptill, you know his abilities, but it's always hard.
Where are we playing? We're playing
Jaipur.
Jaipur.
Jaipur. Shakib will not be a bad shout in Jaipur, though. Shakib will give you something with the ball in Jaipur. Big grounds, difficult to hit him. He knows how to bowl that slightly wide that the batsmen go and...
Yeah, side boundaries are big, front boundaries are short.
So batsmen tend to fetch it, and he gets a lot of caught at the deep.
We're not even thinking Nabi though, eh?
Yeah, who's a superb player. He's absolutely superb player.
No. I mean, it's the thing is that they played Shakib the other day because they wanted to bolster their batting, right? A bit. He never got to bat in the previous game, but from the little I've seen of Nabi, and I actually saw a lot of Nabi in the Big Bash because he was really good, batting up at all 4 and 5 a lot of times, and he was good. He was good with the bat. He was good with the ball. He's got a big heart, so he bowls your tight overs for you, your power play overs for you. So I don't know. What would you do, Nabi or Shakib? Tough call, huh?
I think they'll go Guptill.
Yeah, drop both.
None of the above.
He'll be a politician one day. Left, right.
I'm like, Shaun, you got to pick. Is it one or the other? Come on, you got to pick. I'm waiting for them to cut to my close-up. Yeah, one or the other. And he goes, that one. No. That's done. All right, let's have a look at the points table and see how important this is for the Sunrisers Hyderabad, because we really actually expected them to be doing slightly better than this. I know you're saying they're top 4, but they're the only ones who played 10 games. So they're looking at a 50-50 right now. And 10 games in, I don't think none of us expected them to be. We expected them to be better than 50-50 for sure. Mumbai today, as you can see, have gone up. They've got a bit booster shot to their net run rate. Delhi is looking at that and saying, hang on, we played and we were number 1. We've not played and we've just slipped down 2 spots. We didn't do nothing. Give us a chance. They'll get their chance on Sunday, obviously. But there you go. So Hyderabad is looking at that now. Now, the scenario I'm trying to present to you from scenario.com is that if Hyderabad lose tomorrow, that means they're staring at a real upward climb, because then they are level with Punjab. And then you're looking at, hang on, now Kolkata's just 2 points behind us and they've just lost 6 in a row.
Yeah. Well, if they do lose tomorrow, then you'd think 14. One of the people on 14 points will go 3, because what you're going to win, you've got 3 games left. You probably at best win 2. So you'll have so many teams on 10. So he'll probably win 2 out of their last 3.
But 14 means, if SRH are tied at 14 with anyone, they go through, because look at their net run rate.
Yeah.
Unless they drop a big one.
Pretty good, yeah.
Unless they drop a real.
Unless they drop a really... the thing is, their net run rate's actually gone this far up because of 2 convincing victories.
Just 2 wins,
Yeah, which means you need to have 2 convincing losses.
Yeah, you need.
By 5 or 6 overs or by 50, 60 runs. I don't know.
Well, look at how Mumbai's Indians' net run rate's improved after tonight.
Drastically.
Yeah, it's gone up nicely.
We'll look at scenario.com. We'll pull it up again to see who gets to 14, who gets to 16, who eats eggs for breakfast. I don't know. I'm so confused. So Hyderabad, obviously, so as Shaun just said, if Hyderabad even loses tomorrow and still manages to scrap their way to 14, which means 2 wins from the next 4 games, they are looking at going through if they can just keep their net run rate there or thereabouts.
There or thereabouts. I think for Hyderabad, it's important to just keep net run rate there, not have big losses. But remember, they still have a lot of running to do. 2 out of 4 is not going to be easy. I've seen teams stuck on 7 and 5 and then just not win again for the rest of the tournament.
And the funny thing is, when you're involved in these setups and you play in the first game or the second game or the third game, you try and convince your team, listen guys, we've got to go out there and make sure we don't lose by a long way. Even if we lose, we can't lose by a long way. And they're going, what are you on about? And then all of a sudden you get to the back end of the tournament. If only we hadn't lost that first game by 40 runs, then our net run rate would have been so bad. So it's sometimes from a management perspective, coaching perspective, it's hard to convince the players, hold on, you need to always be conscious. Even if we do lose, we don't lose big. We make sure we're competitive, and that'll help us maybe in the end, because often net run rate decides whether you finish first or second or whether you qualify.
Yes, indeed. Well, so you've seen the points table, you've seen the scenarios, try to process them. You can sleep over them at night. Remember, only 3 games this weekend as opposed to the 4 that you usually get. But it's still going to be exciting. We have one last bit of business to finish. The joy factor question. Over to you, Professor Bhattacharjya.
This time I shall give the question. The answer shall be provided by somebody else. So the question is, many brothers have played test together, which is the only test match in which one brother got 10 wickets while the other brother scored a century. And I'm going to put this question to Shaun Pollock.
His father and his uncle.
Yeah, it's my father and my uncle. Trent Bridge. Don't ask me to tell you the...
He gave the hint also.
yeah, Trent Bridge, 1965. It was, in our family, it is a legendary test match.
Of
Because
course.
they both performed and they ended up beating England and winning the series.
And is it true that you also have got a 5 for a Trent?
Yeah, I've got 6 wickets at Trent Bridge. It was when I went and played a test match, there you go, and you always look for the honours board, and the honours board's in the pub. So you walk out the ground, just around to the pub, went and looked, there's Dad, there's Uncle. Let little youngster get on there as well. So it was nice ground for us. Trent Bridge, we can play all right there.
Christmas dinners at Trent Bridge, perhaps, in the Pollock household?
No, but maybe we'll name a street or one of the rooms in our house. We'll call it Trent Bridge.
Or maybe they name a street around Trent Bridge.
Pollock Street, yeah.
No, that's not going to happen.
Come on.
No,
Of course.
no chance.
A pub.
No chance, coach, no
The
chance.
Pollock.
They can do stuff like that. I mean, Brian Lara named his daughter Sydney.
There you go.
Yeah.
John T. Rhodes named his daughter India.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. It can happen. Anything can happen. And you know how they like these names for pubs, right? The horse and cart. Maybe we can have the Pollock and cart.
The swing and seam.
The swing and seam. The swing and seam.
Yeah.
The Tenfer and the Century.
Well, if I'd had a son, I could have named him Trent.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
Trent Pollock is.
By the way, Bridge is a very common Indian name.
Yeah, okay.
Brij.
Yeah.
There you
Well, I would have
go.
named him Trent and his nickname would have been Bridge.
Bridge, there you go.
Bridge Pollock. Young Bridge Pollock.
Excellent, mate. That's all we have time for now. We're going to go. Thank you so much for watching. MPL presents Cricbuzz Live. No, I'm not telling you the winner is because Shaun Pollock is the winner. The Pollock family is the winner. No, there is a winner. We have a winner. Go tell us who gave us the first correct answer. It was Kaustav Pathak. That's why I was not telling you because this is just so obvious. He's just so predictable, Kaustav, with his answers. Lives in England, by the way. Probably lives near Trent Bridge.
Okay.
Does he? Does he live near Trent Bridge? No.
I think he's around
he lives in
Leeds, if I
Manchester.
remember right, yeah.
I love how we're discussing because Kaustav has interacted so much with us, and we sent the miniature red table from last season to him, and he took a picture in front of the Buckingham Palace with that. So he's one of the regulars at our Cricbuzz pub. Yeah, he is. So congratulations to you, and now we are officially done. We're out of here. The Avengers are waiting for some people. Some people. Just wishing them luck. Yeah.
All the best. Push them my luck.
I like how Shaun said that, wish the Avengers luck for me. I was like, yes, I think they'll be fine. All right, so tomorrow, of course, 7:15 is when the Hindi show will be starting, and 7:30 is when the English show will be starting. So that will be MPL Presents Cricbuzz Live tomorrow on Saturday. Just the one game. Saying it once again, because you'll expect 2 and we won't be here, and you'll go, what's happened? These lazy guys are watching Avengers, and Thanos made them disappear. No, he did not. We're just seeing you in the evening. Just the one game. Thank you so much for watching MPL Presents Cricbuzz Live. Big thank you to Joy Bhattacharjya and Shaun Pollock. I'm Gaurav Kapur saying, Ajit! Ajit! He's left. Left for Avengers. Get this guy.